Good morning, Facebook. Jeameeka, you're muted.
Good morning, Facebook. How are you this morning? My name is Jeameeka Means. I am the CEO of Cloud Queen LLC. And today we are going to be creating some personal brand logos in Canva. So if you want, you can grab a notebook or something to write on and write with to take notes. Or if you have a Canva account, you can feel free to log in so you can follow along as we go, and just a comfortable place to sit. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate your time this morning, and it's my birthday.
Peace and blessing. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank
Sister.
you.
Good morning, Wolf family. Peace and blessing.
Good morning, Teresa. Thank you. Good morning, Evelyn. Good morning, Chastity. Good morning, Gina, Phyllis.
Good morning and happy birthday.
Thank you so very much.
Yes, happy birthday. Good morning.
Greetings. Can you pronounce your name for me?
Abimbola. Peace.
Abimbola. Thank you so very much. Greetings to you. So my name is Jeameeka Means. I'm the owner of Cloud Queen LLC. I provide remote executive services for freelancers, entrepreneurs, and nonprofits. I basically do the things they don't like to do so they can be more effective and efficient in their business goals. And today we are going to be creating a personal brand logo using Canva. Canva is a free resource that you can use. They do have a paid subscription, but a lot of things that you need to get done, you can definitely get done through Canva for free. And so we'll be working through that this morning. Good morning, Adam. How are you this morning? Greetings. Thank you for joining me.
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, together, we're learning, discerning. We're striving. Together, together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together, together.
Good morning, everyone. Greetings, Grand Rising. Happy Kwanzaa Day 2. Today we are celebrating Kwanzaa Day 2. If that's what you celebrate, we are practicing the principle of Kujichagulia, and that means defining, naming, creating, and speaking for ourselves. I think it ties in perfectly with having a personal brand, and creating a personal brand gives you the opportunity to determine who you are, and then allow your natural resources, your natural skills, talents, and abilities to self-determine your future. You can use those same natural resources to tie into and pour into your community and work with other people and cultures in order to make it a brighter place for everyone. So in an effort to define who you are, you want to ask yourself, who are you? What do you stand for? What rules do you stand by? Look into the meaning of your name. What does your name mean? Research your first name, your middle name, your surname, your married name, any names that's tied to you or connected to you, find out what they mean and what type of vibration they send to you and things that you can do to tap into that energy. And so this morning, we're going to be creating a brand logo on Canva. Canva is a free resource that allows you to create all sorts of assets, logos, flyers, brochures, things of that sort. Most of the resources are free. They do have a paid subscription that you can tap into for even more features and benefits, but most of what you need to be able to accomplish in Canva, you can do so for free. So if you have a Canva account, I encourage you to log in and you can follow along with us today. Is there anyone out in the community who has already developed a brand name, a personal brand name for themselves? Anyone who has a brand declaration they want to share?
Well, my brand is boldly standing for resilient change.
Boldly standing for resilient change. Who was that speaking? I'm sorry.
That's Kinyofu.
Ah, Coach. Can you type that in the chat for me, please?
Sure.
Thank you. Anyone in Facebook land have a personal brand, have a business brand that they're developing? Kinyofu, do you currently have a logo created?
I have a logo for my business. I don't have a logo for my brand that's official. I have an image that I scratched together, but it's not, I didn't take it to the next level.
Awesome, I see. And so Canva will give you that ability. You can use icons in Canva. You can start simple if you're new to designing elements and do text-based logos that just include words, letters. And you can add icons that are already in Canva. Canva gives you the ability to upload your own pictures and images that you can also use. They have millions of backgrounds and things of that nature that you can add in order to make it a little more visual. You do have to go through the process of determining your color schemes and your fonts, your typography, what fonts look good to you or what speak to your personal identity and your brand. And so once you have all those things together, then you can easily pick a template. So I'm going to share my screen so I can show you my Canva screen.
Jeameeka, before you do that, can you
Yes.
again define a brand? So we have a question in the chat that's from Chastity. She says, would a brand be the same as a business name, like a stage name?
Absolutely. Your brand can be your business name, or it can be your personal brand, who you are as a person. What do you stand for? You can brand yourself and show up as who you are, and that definitely can speak for you. That name, it can be your name. It can be something that you give to yourself. My brand name is a producer. That comes from me just getting it done. I have the ability to produce. I can create and recreate and start from scratch and produce digital assets, physical crafts, physical products and things of that nature, words, encouragement, you name it, then for the most part, I can produce it. And that's my brand name. And that can come out in just my name as a person. I can LLC, Jeameeka means LLC, and I am the brand. So it definitely can be a business brand or it can be a personal brand. If you have a personal brand for yourself, then you definitely can brand yourself. A lot of service providers are branding their own names because they are offering a product or they're offering a service that's the product, but they're also the face of their business. And so you'll find now a lot of people are LLCing their real names in order to be able to brand themselves as the face of their business or service.
Something I'm noticing about you, Jeameeka, right now, I'm looking at you and I see you're wearing your brand. So I see you have earrings that are cassette tapes.
Yes.
And you say you're a producer as your brand. So you're producing music. There are some, or just the fact that you are creating something and recording it. And I also see the colors that represent the motherland and the Black girl. So I feel like Black girl magic is happening.
Yes. And that was intentional for Kwanzaa Day 2.
Mhm. Thank you. Also, as far as you asked the question about who out there has a brand, I know Teresa has a brand, and I know Gina has a brand. So if you are both able to come off, and Cheryl as well, you can come off and share in support of Jeameeka. That'd be great.
Good morning.
Yes, hi, good
It's
morning.
Georgina.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm heading out the door to get ready for work. I'm sorry. That's why I didn't participate. But yes, I do have a personal brand, which is Leading with Laughter. And I do have a business brand, which is Travel and Transform.
My brand is The Rise of the Unknown Heroes. I'm Teresa Scott. Peace and blessings. Thank you for being here this morning. I love that line.
Teresa, I'm sorry, what was your brand again?
The Rise of the Unknown Hero.
Rise of the Unknown Hero.
Mhm.
Okay, awesome. I'm looking for a volunteer today. Is there anyone interested in working with me in Canva to develop a brand logo for themselves? I'll take volunteers.
So I need to be on my computer doing this, is that correct?
I can share my screen and you can make selections and I can do the selections if that works easier for you. Because you'll basically select
You
the
can start
template.
and then
I'm gonna log into Canva and show you how it's set up. If you don't
yeah,
already have an
I'm
account,
setting up my computer now so I can do it with this.
I'm sorry.
I said I was turning on my computer so I could work with you because I need this in my life right now.
And anybody else that's in the community that has a Canva account or interested in creating one, you can do so for free, and you can also work along with us as we go.
Yeah,
The steps
Chastity
will be the
says
same. It'll just be a matter of selecting your colors, your template, and your font. So even if it doesn't look like the template that Teresa selects, the process is going to be exactly the same, and you can use this process for your personal or your business logo.
Good
Chastity says
morning. This
use
is
mine.
Evelyn. I'm sorry. Could you spell that for us? Is it Canva or Canva?
Canva, Canva.com, Canva.
Thank you.
Jeameeka, I don't know if you want to use work with Chastity. Chastity might be more ready to jump in.
Okay. So I'm going to share my screen now and I'll show you what Canva looks like. I need screen share privileges.
Sure, sorry,
Thank you.
you got it.
So when you log into Canva, it's going to look like this. Can everybody see my screen okay?
Yes.
So you know, I'm working on dual monitors this morning. So I have my camera on one side, but I'll be going back and forth from one monitor to the next. I won't physically have to get up and move, but you may see my attention or my focus change. I'm still here with you guys. So this is Canva. When you go to canva.com, you get these options and you can sign up or log in. If you already have an account, you can hit the login button. You're going to log in with your email address and your password that you created. If you don't have an account, you can click on sign up and they give you several sign up options. If you're already signed into Google on your device, then you can sign in with those same settings. Same thing goes for Facebook or any email that you may have set up on your device. or you can sign up a completely different way and use an email address or username that's not associated with something that's already on your device. And so once you do that, it will create an account for you, and then it will give you options to start designing. So once you get logged in, this is what your home page is going to look like. It gives you options at the top of what you want to design. And like I said, Canva gives you options to design a lot of different things: documents, resumes, Facebook images, graphics for Facebook, graphics for social media in general. Instagram, Twitter, they have the dimensions in. So all you have to do is select the template and it's already sized properly for the social media platform that you want to post on. You can search for logos, you can design videos and print products, anything that you can imagine. So Chastity, what was your brand? You have a business brand today or a personal brand we're working on?
I think from my understanding of what you just explained, because I hear people talk about this brands all the time. I don't know. My stage name is Lotta Much, which I've just said that's just a name I've been calling my. Oh, I do poetry and stuff like for a long time, and my business somewhat is Big Brother Almighty. So I don't really know. Like you're saying, brand. I mean, I understand. So would my brand be Lotta Much? That's my name. Like I don't know.
For
Would it be
your business, your brand most times is going to be your business name. For your personal
Okay.
self, that can be your physical name. It can be a nickname. It can be a term that you give yourself
Okay,
that
yes.
defines who you are.
Okay. So my business is Big Brother Almighty Services.
And you said say that again, I'm sorry.
Big Brother Almighty Services.
Big Brother.
The LLC. Okay. So I have to create an account.
Okay.
Okay.
So today, for working purposes, I'll design on my end. At the end of the session, I'll email you. I'll collect your email address and I'll email you what we design.
Oh, lit.
And so for today's session, we're going to do a logo. So in the search bar, I just type the word logo and hit enter, and it's going to pull up all of these templates. And I mean, you see there's over 58,000 templates that you can choose from. So I would encourage you to not get caught up in all of the different templates. Like if you're not focused and dedicated, you can scroll for days just trying to decide on a template. What I like to make a habit of is picking my best 3 from the first 5 pages and starting there. And then if I find that as I'm designing, they're just not making me feel the way I thought, then I start from the end of that 58,000 and go 5 pages backwards. And so then that way I can kind of get a mix of all of the templates. I might go dead in the middle and do 5 pages. But from here, you can just scroll, you scroll through, you pick a template that you like. So if you see anything that jumps out at me, let me know, because we're going to select the template of your choice to work from today. You said you do poetry. What other services do you have or do you offer?
I mean, for the business, I mean, I'm still getting all this together, so it's not like a. But for the business, it's basically like group therapies, like therapeutic group sessions for adolescents, but more so like young adults, 18-25. So, you know, with mental health, alternative, like in the arts, whether it's poetry, writing, like music or whatever, like alternative, that's like the purpose, kind of like of one of the main purposes of the business.
Okay. And so for your logo, you can choose to have something that's text-based, meaning it just has words and letters. Something like this has a letter, looks monogram style, has a name in between, or you can select something that actually has an icon. These icons can be changed out. So anything that's on these templates, you can completely design all the way over. It can look brand new by the time you're done with it, but it gives you the ability to be able to start from somewhere without having to design from scratch.
Okay.
And so let's see.
So you can change your logo when you can change it, go back to this website and on your account and change your logo.
You can create as many as you want, and you can edit as many times as you want to. You can scrap it, delete it, and start over. You can have 4 or 5 going, but when you want to brand yourself, you want something that's consistent. So in the development of your logo, you want to be thinking long-term. So that way, once you put your logo brand out, you want people to start remembering and recognizing it. So even when they only see your logo, they know it's you. And so it's not something that you want to change every week or every month, because that leaves some inconsistency, and then it's hard for people to keep up with who you are or who they're following.
Okay.
You see one that jumps out to you?
I mean, you can, I'm not super creative in this kind of stuff, so I was
Okay,
planning on just paying somebody to do this because I got to get better with my patience when it comes to this kind of stuff really bad.
let's
So
do
if
this.
whatever
I
you pick
selected a
up,
few that we could work from just in case.
yeah.
So I selected one that has an icon and has a little color. And then I also selected one that just has text and it's in black and white. And so that's another thing
like
with
that.
colors you want to keep in mind. Black and white tends to be clean. It looks organized and sophisticated. A lot of people like going with black and white logos, but you have to remember that if it has a black background, then unless that background is removed, it's going to show on different colors. So if I place this logo on my shirt with a black background, you'll see the black square. If I take the
Right.
background away, you'll only see the white and the gray words, but it would have to be on a colored background in order for the white to show.
Okay.
And so then with bright colors tend to be more fun and energetic. They tend to draw people in, make them, give them that energy, that high vibrational energy. And pale colors tend to be more gentle and nurturing. And so
Okay.
just some things to keep in mind as you're thinking about colors. So
All right.
we can keep this same format and we can just change names if you were going with full name, or we can do icon. And
Oh, so I like the words.
you like the words.
The Miss Cheryl recommended. Yeah.
This one,
Yes.
I like
Yes,
this one
ma'am.
too. I actually did it for myself as well because I really like the way
Oh,
that it looks.
cool.
You want to go with first name and last name, or you want to do something like, let's see.
That's a long title. I don't know.
It's okay.
Or BBOM. I don't know. I have a slogan. Now, my question is, how does this work with trademark and stuff like that? Don't you have to do get a trademark lawyer or something? Or when you do a
Don't
website
have to
or
trademark.
pay something?
However, you do want to research your business name and ensure that it's not already being used by someone. So there is a US patent and trademark website that I frequently use. You want to search the business name within your state. So each state has a business directory listing that you want to search. And then there's also a national database so you can search country listings just to make sure, because if someone has trademarked your name, you can't use it. If it's already trademarked, if it's already LLC'd, if someone has already used that name, then and the service is similar, you can't use it. There are times where they will approve same names if the product offerings are different. And so you do want to do research in the beginning as you're starting to develop your business to ensure that you have a name that's not being used and it's unique to yourself. And let me know if I'm spelling this correctly. I want to make sure that.
Yes, that's accurate. Like Bruce Almighty.
So we can put some effects on this to spread it out a little, so that way it doesn't look so close. I just click this little button up here that says spacing. I highlighted what I wanted to edit, and then we can turn the letter spacing up, and it separates the letters out a little, so that way it has a little more space. You can also extend any element that's here, so you can make it shorter, longer, wider, slimmer. You can change the colors. Do you have a color scheme, or is black and white your?
I mean, my favorite colors are orange. The colors I like are orange, maroon, and white.
You said orange,
Maroon and white. But my
orange,
favorite
yellow,
color is
and
orange. Maroon.
maroon. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And are
Jeameeka,
these the colors that you use to brand your business? kind of, sort of, maybe?
I mean, I honestly, I had a logo that I purchased from a website, but I lost a lot of my stuff, so I don't have access to any of that. And it was my colors, which is like purple, maroon, and white, and it was like a picture of like a man, because my business is based off my brother. So manhood and a lot of other stuff. So I had that. So my colors are orange. I mean, I don't know. I just like picked something that I thought was fine. I didn't put a lot of
So you can
yeah.
change the colors to anything. You can change the colors
Okay.
to your elements. You can change the wideness of them. All you have to do is click on an element to select it, and then the options that are available to you will pop up here in the left-hand corner.
Okay.
And so this one, it lets you start a line or end a line. It gives you a line style. It lets you animate it. So it'll bring it in for you, bring it up, pop it out. So you can make animated images as well that you can download. And when you share them out, they'll be animated for the people who view them. If you select on the letters, you see the options that you have available to you. You can change the font and you can make it something different. It doesn't have to have these big bold letters. It can look something like that if that's what you were looking for, if that was your style. And so you definitely want to get an idea for, you know, what your style is, so that way you can make sure that the fonts and the colors that you select are in tune with your own personal self and are going to help to visualize your business.
Would I
Jeameeka,
be? Oh,
I'm sorry, Chastity, 1 second. Jeameeka, just some question or query about where to go to check your business name, trademark and all that.
Absolutely.
Can you?
In each state has their own database. So I'm not familiar with each state's website. In North Carolina, it's the Secretary of State, and that's where I'm located. But the US website, the national website it's the USPTO trademark search. And I will drop it in the chat really quick.
It's there already. I just wrote it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And so you can go there and they give you a lot of options to select from. But what I normally do is, let's take a quick look at it. What I normally do is just search the trademark database here, because this gives you a full search. And then you can search it. It allows you to search by, because, you know, some people trademark images, actual signs or markings. When they say markings, it could be certain text, like certain words together, people can trademark, so no one else can use those words together in that way for the same product or service. So it gives you the option to do a basic word mark search or design, word and design, which will allow you to search for icons or images that also may be trademarked, like Nike just has the swoosh. So if you upload that as a search item, then it will tell you it's purchased by someone. And so if you just go into a basic word search, I generally do them all just to cover myself, but you can also select live and dead. And those options just mean that the trademark is live and active and someone has it, or that it has been used in the past and it's not active anymore. And it'll show you both. And so for kicks and giggles, this is my business name. I typed it in. I'm going to leave all search terms the same and submit my query. And it's going to tell me that it was canceled. I had a sole proprietorship that I canceled when I started my LLC. But when I first started shopping for my business name, I searched this name and learned that it was a doll clothing line. And I had no idea, like, for what I use my name for. I'm a virtual service provider, so I'm an online business manager. I was thinking more like everything done in the cloud, like I'm the queen of the cloud. But somebody else had a completely different idea, which is why I was able to move forward with my business name. It was actually a doll, it was a toy. And so you'll find all the information. It'll tell you when it was canceled. It'll tell you when it was published, when it was filed. It gives you all the information you need. If it's still active, a lot of times it will give you contact information if you want to maybe contact and see if they're still using it, if you can purchase it, if it's not something that you want to do. but this is the website where you can go and search a national database, and it's for all patents and trademarks. And so it'll give you that functionality. And then your state will tell you LLC, LLC, partnerships, corporations, those type of business filings as well. And you want to, at the very least, check your state database, because that will be the most important. But I find that as your business grows and you expand, you definitely want to make sure that it's no one in the country who's doing the same things that you are. Did that answer the question? Am I clear?
Yes, thank you very much.
Your LLC is from North Carolina, Chastity?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Okay.
Yes,
And so
ma'am.
in North Carolina, you register and file everything LLC or business related through the Secretary of State.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, I'm in New York, but that's where it is from.
They have their own database. New York State has their own database, and each state
Mhm.
has a database, and each state may have a little difference in rules. Just, very minimal for the most part, but each state does have their own thing, and they do have their own databases.
Jeameeka, I have a question. So Chastity started her business in North Carolina. Now she's in New York, and I started mine in New York, and I'm now in DC. So is there a need to search the trademark in the location that you have moved to?
Well, the trademark is nationwide. The trademark website is nationwide. Each state has their own database. So that's normally why I do go ahead and do the trademark search first, or make sure that I do it in addition to the state search. The state search, when you register in North Carolina, it's a part of the registration process that you go in and search that database. So it's required in North Carolina as you're doing that process. If you were able to get it registered where you are, if you plan on doing major business in the place where you relocated to, then I would suggest that you search just to make sure that your basis is covered. I have had clients in the past to register a business name, and then a year or so later find that there's somebody somewhere who has used the name in another state, and so it kind of can get away from you if you're not careful. And depending on how big they are, they can come after you if they filed for the name first. They can make it so that you can't use the name if you're selling online on websites like Shopify and things like that. Wix sites, they can shut you down if they registered first and they have filed first and they have rights to the name. So I would make a habit of searching for where I am if I'm going to be doing business there. Like, I start my business in North Carolina, but then I moved to Georgia, but I intend to only continue doing business in North Carolina, then it wouldn't make a huge difference.
Thank you.
Okay, so font style, are you more a bold type or script type? We have some chalk type. Like, there are.
I mean, I don't know, whatever looks like nice, I guess. I mean, my slogan is, now here's the deal. If it could be BBOM, but I guess I have time to do that. You're just showing me. It doesn't matter. Whatever looks nice.
What's your slogan?
Now here's the deal.
That's
my slogan. Now here's the deal.
Now
yes.
here's the deal.
Yes, ma'am. Whatever flows, I guess. I was intending on just, definitely paying someone eventually.
And you said you offer alternative therapy, it's group therapy, but with alternative methods, music, poetry.
Yes. Like for example, I worked in the psychiatric wards briefly, and because of the setting as hospital is clinical, the kids, I believe, could use a different perspective. So and this way I'm getting paid directly for myself, and not dealing with all. I want to do that kind of stuff, like alternative methods. Like, I noticed the therapists who get paid, 6 figures to come in there doesn't appear to be effective as what I observed, and based on what the kids communicated to me. So, I was just considering, I may not be as licensed as these individuals, however, able to help these young people by being an alternative, just alternative group or organization coming in working with, and I know they need it. So that's kind of like the idea that
Okay.
I had, along with a whole bunch of other stuff, but that was like my main thing personally that I'm good at, I guess.
So I think that I do like the text-based logos. I think that if you wanted to go a little more in depth with it and add an icon to kind of give people an idea of what your services may include by just viewing your logo, then you can add elements to it. You can upload images, you can search the elements that Canva has, and it'll show you graphics that it has. It'll show you photos, they have videos, they have audio that you can add to your designs, and it'll give you different icons. Some of them are free. If you don't see a little thing in the bottom that says Pro, then they're free to use with the free Canva account. If you see the little crown in the Pro, then you do have to have a paid subscription to use some of the images. So that's where the additional features kind of come in. But you can add elements to it. If it were just music or just poetry, you might could add a microphone. Like you can add anything that would just give it that touch that you feel like you need. Or you can add your slogan. If your slogan defines what your business is or tells what your business is without having to have a paragraph logo, then you can absolutely do that as well. Here you can change the color, you can change the size. These are colors that Canva will automatically pick up colors in your document. And so it will offer you some default colors. So these are all the colors that are in your document. I have a brand kit included. So these are my brand colors. And then these are default colors that it's going to show you. But you have a spectrum of colors that you can use, and it's across the board. So anything that you're thinking a color for, you definitely can throw in there. You can select it, click on it. It shows you your options up here. It's a little dark. To keep it gray, we can turn this one orange. You can change the font to match this side. You can move your items around, resize how you need to. This background is black, but you see if you click on it, you can also change the color of that. You can turn it white, but then you have to make sure you have to turn your white elements a different color. You can turn it gold or purple or whatever color you like. The options are pretty much endless for the most part. You can upload images. So I've uploaded some images here. A lot of them I upload, you can remove the background. So if you have a picture, let's see. So here you have a picture you want to upload, but you don't want the background. You can upload your image to your, and then edit image, and it'll give you the option to remove the background. So it'll do what it does, and it'll take all the background out for you. So you're just left with the individual. So you can place yourself in the middle of your logo. If you wanted to have a picture, you can place, Canva's created for you to design in layers. So basically your background is a layer, and then each item that you place is a layer. So you can position it. And if you send it backwards, then he'll go behind some of the letters and some of your words. You can bring things forward. And so you might have a picture of your brother or a picture of your mom or just a stock icon. It could be a microphone. Or your elements. Search your microphone. Put this on, we can edit it and we can change the color. Some of the images will let you change the color, some of them will not. So you just have to select the images that you like and then go from there with them. I'm gonna get rid of all of those. Up here's your undo button. You find something that you did that you don't like, you can undo it really quick. You have an undo button and a redo button. And you have any other information you want to add?
Like what? To the logo?
Mm-hmm.
What
Some
else would
people
I add?
combine their logo and most people have a variation. So basically if you hire a logo designer, they're gonna offer you a package of assets that you're gonna get. You're gonna get your base logo that they designed for you, and most times they'll give you an alternative or the reversal of that. So basically, if we did this with a black background, white elements and letters, then your reversal would be a white background with black elements and letters. So everything that's black would be white, everything that's white would be black, and all your colored elements would stay the same color. And then they also most logo designers will provide you with the proper size social media assets. So you'll get a Facebook logo image, you'll get a Facebook profile image, you'll get an Instagram profile image, you may get a Facebook cover image, depending on the way that your logo is designed. Some people have just an icon, some people have an icon and text, some people do their logo and their slogan and use it for certain things. Some people just do their logo. Some people have a combination of the two. Some things they have to use on some items and a certain design they may have to use on shirts. Like you wouldn't want to put your slogan and your logo on a shirt, so your logo by itself will be fine. But if you're putting it on a letter or something like that at the top of a letterhead, then absolutely adding your slogan to that would be okay. We have some comments. I like the colored letters, but go back to the first font. I like the first font too. If you see the little pink dotted lines, Canva gives you alignment guides. So as you're moving your elements around, it'll show you how it's aligning with the rest of the things that are on your platform or on your canvas. And so you can pay particular attention to those in order to make sure that everything is lined up according to how you want them to be. And it gives you in relation to whatever is close to or moving next to, it'll show you that alignment. Any other suggestions from anybody in the audience? What do you guys think? Change the color of Almighty Services.
I like purple or maroon.
You like purple for the Almighty Services?
Or yes, I like purple or maroon. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. There's a purple one. That's a little more on that looks a little more pink. So when you have a black background and you want to use a color that's a little bit darker, you can add some effects to your text in order to make them stand out a little bit. So this is with no effects at all, but you can add a shadow. And so if you click on shadow, you can select some settings that will change what your shadow looks like. We're going to change the color of it so we can see it a little bit better. And so the offset is basically how far it comes off of your original text. So you can see how it's starting to expand out the higher that number gets. That's what your offset looks like. And then the direction is which direction is coming from off of your original text. So it's going to come from one side or the other. So normally offsets just have a slight overlay to the left or right side. And then transparency is going to be how light or dark it is. So if I turn my transparency down, you can't see it at all. But if I turn it all the way up, then you'll see the white color that we selected. It looked gray at first because our transparency wasn't turned all the way up. So as it's turning down, it's getting darker and blending in with the background. And so if we turn our transparency all the way up, we can see the offset in white off of the words. And how it looks, you just play with it. It's really just personal preference, and you play with it until you're satisfied with the look of it.
So there's a couple questions, Jeameeka. So from Facebook, we had Theodora McKenzie saying, I need instructions on how to start a dispensary. Can you guide me with that? And then Phyllis Baker here in Zoom says, which one of the search options do you go to help you search?
Ooh, let me see. Hold on.
So as far as the dispensary, I do not have those instructions yet, but I am in the process of developing those. I can stay in touch. Definitely is something that a lot of research is being going into, but I'm not quite there with the dispensary startup at this time. I will keep you posted as I move forward in my research, though, that I can tell you. As far as the search option for the trademark, I normally do the basic word search if I'm just searching for a business or brand name. But if I'm going to include an icon, or if I want to have an icon specific to my brand or logo, then I would do the word and or design mark freeform, because it's going to allow you to construct the design, or it will allow you to be able to search for any type of freeform design, whether it's a vector design that's created on a computer or something that's hand-drawn. But 95% of the time, the basic word search will get you what you need. I'm not an attorney, so I don't do trademarks, but I would suggest that if you're looking to trademark a business, that you definitely seek the advice of an attorney. They'll be able to tell you the do's and don'ts of that and whether it'll be in your best interest to pay for it. It is a pretty hefty expense, but I think that with the proper business idea, it's definitely worth it.
Jeameeka, thank you for that. When you get back to Chastity's logo,
Yep.
I'm thinking let's see what participants can verbally share about what they see and what they suggest.
That would be awesome.
Can verbally share about.
Any suggestions from the community?
What they see and what they suggest.
That would be awesome. Suggestions from the community?
Jeameeka, do you have Facebook on?
I just hit it, but I just stopped it. I'm good now.
Okay. So who would like to share? I'm thinking, Florence, do you have any input? Louise?
I thought, this John, all I thought is that mighty services can come over a little bit. That's all. I don't know if that's relevant in this particular case, because I think some experience with that is that when you when you take off the white, it might be a bit of a problem. Yeah, like, to be shifted, that's all.
Correct. So there'll have to be some variations of the logo anytime there is a colored background or white text. It would have to have some color added in a reversal form in order for it to be placed on different colored backgrounds. And so there's a transparency option. Once you get your logo fully created, you can download it to your system. And if you upload it back to Canva in this upload section, you can upload it and completely remove the background from it. If you're versed in Photoshop, you can do that as well. Or you can completely turn the background off and you can make it white. So that way, when you download it, you'll get it with the transparent background. But that would definitely mean having to change the white elements to a different color, or else you would find yourself always having to put that on a colored background in order to be able to see the white elements. The white's only going to work with a colored background.
Teresa has her hand up. Just want to make note that it's 7:55.
Yes, peace and blessing. To the young lady who was asking about the dispensary, you first need to find out if your state, if it's allowed to have a dispensary, and if you are, just Google how to how to start it. But you got to first find out, because New York just created last year a New York dispensary program, and so right now they're working with people, and have another friend who's doing it in Boston. They are working with people that had a criminal record right now. Those are the people that they're first releasing. But there's a lot of programs. Just put how to spot. Just Google how to start a dispensary in your state. If it's New York, you definitely can do it, because New York State just made it legal for people to have smoke weed and stuff here like a certain amount without getting in trouble. So they do have that already here in New York. You could just, and Senator, if you're in Queens, Senator James Sanders have a program that he bought a whole bunch of dispensary colleagues, and they had a great training. So I can put my my email or my contact information into a name of the person, and then I could just give information, because they have a lot of programs, and a lot of states like California does it. So does Boston does it. I'm not really sure who else does it, but I know it's legal. In Colorado too. Colorado it's another place where they have it legal at. So it's a lot of places that are doing it. You have to make sure that it's legal before you can start it, because if it's not legal, then you could end up getting in trouble. But I do know at one time they said that if you wanted to do it at California, you could pay for a license to do it, and you could, have it like wherever you have. But you have to make sure your state is legal. I'm complete. Thank you, Miss young lady, for doing this program. I appreciate it.
Thank you. So anyone else would like to share on what the image is looking like, or suggestions? Cheryl says she's not married to the Black background. And what else can we do? What are your thoughts?
Any suggestions?
Chastity, you had your hand up for a second.
Well, I believe my question was answered. It was about the attorney. Like, at what point do you, check out the trademark?
For trademark, there are trademark attorneys. So if that's something that you want to get into, if you develop a business idea or a brand that you need to trademark, then you would seek consult from a trademark partner or a trademark attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
Because that, like I said, it is a hefty expense, and that's something that you want to be done properly from start to finish. And I'm not an attorney or a trademark professional. So with that being said, I definitely would encourage you, if that's something that you have in preparation, to definitely seek that consultation, just to make sure that when you're at the end of it, it's definitely worth it, but just to make sure that everything is done properly.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
And before I forget, we're coming upon the 8 o'clock hour. Jeameeka, do you want to say something to your people?
Yes, it is. We have been on now for about an hour. And so I just want to thank you guys for hanging out with me thus far. I do understand it is first thing in the morning. We've been an hour. So if you need to leave, I get it. I really appreciate you hanging out with me, but the session is recorded. And so you can check it out on Facebook at any time to catch the remaining of the segment. If you're free to stay around for a little bit longer, hang out with me. It's my birthday today. Let's do it.
Happy birthday. Oh my God.
Happy birthday, Jeameeka.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I thought this would be a good way to start my birthday this morning.
Beautiful.
Sabrina, are you there that you can offer your insight on this logo and development? How about Veronica?
I could go.
Mhm.
This
ahead,
is Ashley. I think that the logo is pretty good. I get that logos tend to need to be a little bit more specific to a person's personality type and also the goal for whatever their business is. So I get that part. But something that I kind of keep in mind, or I would keep in mind too, is as far as how else you can use this logo to market yourself, because I'm assuming that's what logos are for. So the black background is a little bit of a concern for me, just because if you want to think about like, how does that go on a shirt? If someone wants to wear a black shirt or a white shirt, like how would that look, you know? So I guess my question is to Jeameeka, how would you tweak a logo like this so that it can be utilized in different ways? Like, how can it be used on a t-shirt and it won't affect or create any issue as far as like backgrounds disappearing or parts of the logo kind of merging?
So what you do is you create an inverse of this and you make all of your black elements white and all of your white elements black. And then all of your colored elements will stay the same. You also have the option of making your white elements another color, but normally in the inverse mode, everything is just reversed. The colors stay the same, black and white are opposite. And so in order to put it on a t-shirt, then these would turn black. It could go on a solid color shirt, and the offset may change, but all of the color parts will stay the same. So it'll inverse. Your black will turn white, your white will turn black, and then it will fit. You can put it on, I don't particularly care for the black background or particularly suggest black backgrounds for that reason, but some people use them and use them well, but they always have an alternative and oftentimes they'll have more than one alternative, with the first one being the inverse, and then they will have several other variations of their logo that display different colors and have the options to change them out as they need to market different things to match in with holidays and things like that. So all of those things are completely doable and easy to edit. But a logo set would definitely go out with the original logo if a client chose a black background, and then also the inverse of that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Are there any more questions? Did that help to answer your question?
Definitely did.
Okay.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
I would like to hear some input as to what images could possibly work, knowing after having heard what Chastity's business is.
Before you take those responses, Kenyofu, I had a question. Sister Jeameeka, would you please let folks know what the final format they have to have their logo in order for it to be transferable to all the different places that we would want a logo to be? What is the final actual format that holds it all together? And they need.
Absolutely. So if you want to share your logo via text or upload it to social media websites like Facebook or Instagram, you want it to be in JPEG format, that's JPG. It's a low file, so you can upload it and it doesn't slow down websites as the pictures are trying to load. So you want your social media assets, if you have a website that you're selling products on or things like that, it's low file, and so you want it to be JPG, that's JPEG. If you want it to have a transparent background, meaning it's clear through, it's see-through, so you can, whatever you put your logo on, it's going to see through to whatever's behind it, then you want that to be in the PNG format. The only way that you can have a transparent see-through background is for it to be PNG. And so that you would use that format in order to have a clear background. It wouldn't have anything behind it. It wouldn't be white or black. It would just be your logo, and whatever you place it on, it would pick up that transparency benefit. If you want to email your logo or you want to have it printed, then oftentimes your printer is going to ask for it in PDF format. They can also take it in JPEG format, but oftentimes they'll ask for it in PDF. I think that commercial printers can make some adjustments to those files if they need to for commercial printing purposes. And so that's another good thing about Canva. When you get ready to download your asset, you're going to click share, and then you're going to click download. And it's going to ask you what file type you want it in, and you can get it in any file type you want, and it tells you what they're good for. So it lets you know that a JPEG is best for sharing, but a PNG is best for complex images and illustrations. And that's often because it picks up the quality of the complexity, and it also gives you that transparency feature. The PDF is best for documents and for emailing. And if you're going to have it printed, then they have a PDF print. There are a few other file types that you can get into. If you're a crafter and you're familiar with the crafting tools and you use cutting machines like the Cricut or the Cameo Silhouette, then you can have an SVG file that will allow you to upload those assets into those type of programs in order to cut them out with a vinyl cutter. And so it really just kind of depends on what you're going to do with it. But in your logo package, when you receive a logo from a designer, you should receive your original logo, at least an inverse. Most designers do offer color variations, but at the very least, they're going to provide you with an inverse of your original. And then they should give you a few different file formats so that you can use them as you need to.
To piggyback off of that question, I know sometimes like when I've tried to upload photos or upload like a JPEG, depending on the site, I have some issues as far as the proper sizing. Like sometimes it'll tell you, like I'm just making up numbers, 100 times 400, or it'll tell you 1800 by something else, 1500. What do those mean, and how do I know which ones apply to which, I guess, platforms that I'm trying to apply them to?
Each website is different. And so Shopify, for their product images, they have a recommended file size. So it's best if you develop your logo in a program like Canva or Adobe Illustrator, where you can design them large, but then scale them down to fit the size that you need without losing quality. And so what happens is every year, I think it seems like social media platforms change their profile size, their cover photo size. And so every year, sometimes 2 or 3 times a year, I'm having to Google what their new picture file sizes are. And you just take your original logo and you use any platform. You can use on a PC. I think Microsoft Paint will let you file down. If you're familiar with Adobe products, Photoshop will definitely let you scale down. You can go on Canva and create a document in the size that you need it to be. Like you gave an example 100 by 400 or 400 by 100, you can create a document in that size and then upload your logo to it to make sure that it's that size. So when you download it, it'll stay within those pixels and it'll be suitable for the size. But most websites have their own image size requirements. And so it's really going to be dependent on the website that you're looking for. The good thing about Canva, though, that I really like is they give you file sizes. So when you...
How do you go in between file sizes? Like, is that something that you can do? Like, for instance, this logo, we created it already. What if we needed to change it to be something like on a cover? Like
Absolutely.
on a
And
cover
you
sheet or
have to
something.
have a program that's going to allow you to change the file size without affecting your quality. And the picture itself has to be, I guess, designed in a way that when you have to change the file size, it doesn't appear stretched. So a picture that's designed with square dimensions, if you try to put it on a rectangular file, oftentimes it's going to look stretched because you have to stretch it out to fit when it was actually designed to be in a box. And so that's a lot of it too. Like I said, the good thing about designing the vector images is that you can scale them down to about any size, but you do have to be considerate of the scalability and how wide you actually have to pull it, or it will indeed look stretched. But you can, like for logos, if you type in logo or Facebook post landscape, you see beside it, it says 940 by 788. Well, what Canva does is they also keep up with the social media sites and what their new file sizes are. So they update those regularly. And if you see by logo, it's automatically going to give you a file size of 500 by 500 pixels. That's going to be a perfect square. And so in order to scale it down, you would have to have a program that would allow you to scale it. Like Photoshop will allow you to scale images down. I think on Microsoft computers, it's Microsoft Paint or Microsoft Paint Shop that will allow you to scale down images. Or if you need it, if it's 500 by 500, but you need it 5 by 4, 5 by 3, then you can always come into Canva, you can create a design and you can give it a custom size. And so now instead of it being, you want it to be 400 by 400. And so you're going to put your dimensions in, we're going to leave it at pixels and create new design. This is going to give you the size that you need. And then you're just going to upload your image and then you'll make it fit here. So here is, and so you stretch it out. And, but like I said, you do have to be conscious of how your image is originally designed in order for the stretch. So that way you can't see, you know, the stretch. Sometimes it is really visible and it takes away from the quality of your image.
Thank you.
So the question was revolving around seeking support on how, if any, this logo can be improved. I want to give everyone that's here in this session the knowledge that you are an artist, you can create, you do have vision. So if you're sitting there thinking, I don't know what I should be saying, just jump in, because it's anything that you're saying or thinking can be relative to the next step.
That is absolutely true. And I never really considered myself artistic. I can't draw. And so this is definitely a way for me to be able to express my creativity without having to worry about a pencil and a piece of paper and actually physically drawing something. I can pretty much create what I need in this platform without having to have any drawing skills whatsoever. So this definitely is a win for me.
Yes, hi, this is Teresa. You see how you have the black? I know she said that she liked the purple. Is it possible to change the black to purple and switch where the Mighty Works to be black? How would that look? Or you look like
Absolutely.
the
So
maroon
in order
color
to
to see how
change
it
the
looks?
background, you just click in that area and then it
Mm-hmm.
shows you your color icon up here and you can select any color that's available.
Oh, see, I like that color. Not like that one.
And you said change the Almighty to black?
Yes, and just see how it looks. See it, or you know,
Okay.
well, see how does that look? I don't know if she likes
See,
it, but I
that's
know
not
she
like
said
that. All right, let's
I know
try
she
this.
said she
That's
liked
a
the
little bit
blacks. I
darker.
mean the
There we
purple.
go.
So Or should it be orange? Or should it that really pops? Or should it be orange like the bees or what? That's what I'm just saying. Like the same
Let's see what it looks like.
yeah,
To
so
make
that looks to me it looks more like more popping. That black just looks so black, but I just said since she liked the purple.
You like the orange on Almighty Services better?
No.
No.
Like the
It
maroon?
looks.
What
Change
about the
Almighty
maroon?
to
Like
the
she said, what about the
maroon?
maroon? Is
Change
where
it
you
back
could
to the
have some
maroon.
maroon? Like put the maroon where it says the mighty
Mm.
service and where it says the B, or should you leave it white like it is the other one? I don't know, but I just figured that the purple might look better than the black because it looks more popping to me. And that would look nice on a t-shirt. When I think about logos, I always think about being on a shirt or cup or whatever.
Mm-hmm. So you like the Almighty Services in maroon, Chastity? You want
Yeah,
to
it
see
looks
it in another
fine.
color?
I mean, black maybe. I'm not super picky, so whatever. It looks fine to me. I don't know. I'll probably have somebody else's opinion be better.
So Chastity, I want you to tap into your intuitive
Exactly.
skills. And you say you're not very picky, but you knew exactly what your business is. So this is your logo that is being created for you, and you want it to really speak to you. So go deep into your mind, your heart, and your soul to see what the image is that you want to portray. You have support from Teresa and Adam. Let's hear from Adam.
Okay, good morning, Jeameeka.
Good morning.
I have another suggestion. I like that color, the background color with purple and the letter B being orange. If there's a way that you can switch it around, let the background be orange and the letter B be purple.
Okay.
That could be alternative colors.
Correct. Yep. So let's do there. Wait a minute. Let me switch my bees first since I can see them. That orange is a little bit brighter.
I like the bright orange. Yes.
You like that brighter one?
Yes.
And so now, Adam, what do you suggest for the coloring of Almighty Services?
I like it the way it is.
You like that the way it is?
Yeah. And
like
and with the rest of the letters, you can make that purple with the big and the brother.
Yeah, and
Like
leave
that?
the white line.
Yeah. There you go.
I like
It looks
that
more
a lot.
creative.
I like that. Yes.
Yeah.
That looks nice, but I
Those are my
think you should
colors.
make the almighty purple too, just like you got the letters, because
Oh,
it
they
would
not
make it
purple?
look well, it doesn't look like the same purple that's there, but that looks nice.
Oh, that's great.
I think what Teresa's saying is to take off that shadow.
Take the
Yeah.
offset off of Almighty Services and make it purple, Teresa?
Yeah, that's what I was just saying, to match with the thing, because it looks really nice to him. Like the purple looked nice, but the orange did another pop and just took it to another level.
So you like that?
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. And then you can just, I don't know what else you would add to it, but I like it. I like it with the orange.
I can close this up, like I can decrease the space in between the words. We can do that.
That looks nice.
Yeah, that do look nice. I would wear that.
I like that a lot.
That's a good idea.
Thank you.
Good.
Those are my
That
colors.
looks nice.
Those are your colors?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's what I'm
ma'am.
saying. You got your colors, right? Yeah,
All
that's
right,
what I was
let me notate some color numbers for you real quick.
I think it's, this is Coach Cheryl. I think it's very clean and beautiful with the orange background.
Yeah.
I want to just add in the energy of orange is warmth and sensitivity and caring and which is creativity. So, and the energy of purple is higher self and royalty and those things that those colors bring. And the white is purity.
Mhm.
So this is, when you're thinking about the colors that you choose, not only they should be colors that you like, but what do the energy of those colors give off?
Absolutely.
Because that's what the people who look at the logo will be receiving.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
That looks very, very nice like that.
I did like,
that.
to be honest, I did like Almighty Services with the white background shadow, because it's like those services are the thing that was popping off to you. Like
Okay.
this Big Brother services are like,
Let's look
we
at it
have
again.
these for you. That's what I was feeling when I saw that.
So you saying keep the purple but make the background be like a white or what? I don't know.
You mean like that?
Yeah. Yes, I see what you're saying.
Or you can make the word services be with the offset. And I'm also wanting to share what would a mic look like somewhere on that image.
So let's just offset the word services. Okay, so I'm going to copy this text box and paste it. That way I don't change anything, and I'll get rid of one word in the top box and one word in the bottom box. I'm going to take the offset off of this one and leave it on this one. Like that?
Yeah, but I don't like that now.
No.
That changed it. That took away the beauty of it. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, that even looks nice. Make it thick like that. That looks nice.
This one?
Yeah, that bold one looks nice. Because it sticks out. It's like saying, hey, baby, like, I see you. That looks nice like that. That was a good idea, Adam, to go from the orange to the purple. Took it to another, because she likes those two colors anyway.
It does have a different pop to it with that orange background. And so that's the thing about making sure that you try out different background colors, test out the colors that you've selected for your brand, and make sure that they are in tune together. I do research color meanings and what they stand for and what kind of energies they may bring. So that way I'm considering those things as I'm designing elements and logos for different things and different reasons. Because you can do all your social media graphics in Canva. So once your logo is created, if you want to introduce your business, you can do that in Canva. And if you want to do a flyer for an event that you may be having, you can create that in Canva, and you can continue to use the same brand colors, but kind of mix it up a little if you're doing a Valentine's Day event or something like that. So you want to incorporate colors that aren't necessarily your brand color.
Yeah, that looks really nice. I like that.
So yes, I do suggest that you always research your color meanings. And so that way you can make sure that they're in line with what you're trying to make sure that your business is speaking.
Chastity, you had your hand raised?
Oh, well, I didn't know that in depth about the color meaning, but it's crazy because, I mean, these colors are very significant to me because this is my high school colors. Double deuce, that's my number, so I play basketball. Orange, maroon, and white, and it just represented a mental turning point in which I wasn't going to be a statistic. So when I had a certain issue or a whole bunch of issues, my outlet was poetry. And so during the time period, I feel strongly that has been my most creative time in my entire life. Hopefully now I'm coming back. So yeah, they actually do have a lot of depth and meaning. Like they just have deeper meanings to it. So now I'm gonna research it more when you guys were speaking about the colors and how it makes you feel. So yes, and this is geared towards young people. So that's all I want to say.
So we had Z to comment that the orange kind of looks a little gold on her screen. It does give off a gold vibe, but it is a little bit brighter than what we had before. Is this tone okay for you? You want something a little more orange?
I like it.
Okay.
I like it.
I was kind of seeing a dark gold too, but it really does pop.
It does. It really
That
looks
brightness
nice.
gives it a lot of light.
Mhm. It
How
does.
about
It changes.
Sorry, how about a mic? Go ahead, Teresa.
As an element,
The green with it, that it pops.
Yes.
You said put a mic in it in it.
Yes.
I was thinking so too.
So you do like a purple mic, or you would do, or just a plain mic.
You want to pick one, Chastity?
Pick a mic.
Yep. Can you see them
Look
on
on
the
the side
screen?
right there. You see the
Oh
mics?
yes, I see him.
We may be able to change the color of some of them. Each element is different. So as you select it, it'll tell you what options you have to be able to edit them.
Oh, okay. I like the old school mics, man. Might keep going off.
Let's see if I can find the one in white. They all look so random.
Isn't, what about that one that got that little square on it right there? That one, you know, go back down. Like the fourth one. See that mic, Chassis? Is that one like that, or the one under it,
One of these?
or the second one? See the pink one, and then the next one. That one you talking about, like that, Chastity?
Like this?
No, the next one after that pink one. Is that an old mic you talking about, Chastity?
Yes, that's what like the 1930s clubs, and they have to, I don't know.
So
Like
about
the
that
jazz
square
clubs.
mic? You talking about that
Yes,
little
yes.
square mic they had?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Oh, she's talking about the
Yes.
square mic. I think
you.
it's like the fourth or fifth one is a square mic.
So the one I see a square mic that is on the bottom to the right,
Yes.
far right.
Yeah,
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a square mic, yeah.
It has an element behind it, the record behind it. You okay with
I think
that?
there's one further down that doesn't.
Let's see. We have that one that looks a little square.
If you, Ms. Jeameeka, I'm sorry, Jeameeka, if you click on the see all, it says magic recommendations, see all, you'll get more of those type of mics.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yep. Oh, wow.
That one is nice.
Yeah, I have one of them. They look fun. I like it. The one in the middle at the top.
On the top, this one?
Yeah, that looks fun. It's like a black and white.
Or this one? We can size them.
Oh, because one is small. Okay.
And you can actually, this one is one that you can actually change the colors on, so that's a plus. Anytime you see these color, when you select an item or element to add to your canvas, anytime you see these color blocks, it tells you what colors they are and that you can change them. So if you click it, you can make it any color that you want. Anything that's black now is white, and then your white, you can make purple. You can change them, you can change it to any color, or we can select a different one altogether.
Yeah, that looks nice.
You like the
that
purple
mic right
one?
there looks nice.
Yes,
That mic,
ma'am.
the mic right there looks nice.
And you can make it smaller and bigger, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Scale out, scale in to make it smaller. And all I did was put my mouse right over this little corner circle in the bottom and click and drag. You pull out to make it larger and you push it in to make it smaller.
It looks it's big. It looks nice, even big the way you had it. It looked nice big. I don't know why I did. But
Yeah, I like it big. And can you put it behind the words Almighty Services?
I can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was saying too.
You click on position,
it looks nice big.
click on backward. And sometimes you may have to click it more than once in order for it to pop behind, since it's multiple layers. So right now I have it behind Almighty, but I have it in front of big. I can move it up a little bit.
So if you move, yeah. That
Move it
looks
down
nice.
some.
Like move if you move the Almighty down a little teeny bit, or that it won't yeah.
Or
That looks nice.
Move the mic down behind the words Almighty Services. See what that looks like.
Okay.
Girl, you got your logo there, girlfriend.
Mm,
You can't really
purple's
see
gonna
the
clash
words
with
when you
the
do it like
words a
that.
little bit.
Yeah.
Move the mic to the left.
You good there?
Yeah, and move Almighty Services down a little bit.
Down.
Yeah. Go ahead, Chastity. You got your logo, girlfriend. Look
That's
at that.
And
That's
I can
nice.
also bring this B to the front. There we go. And that way you can see the rays behind it.
That's nice.
As we're tightening up this logo, it is 8:29. Just want to share that out. We're doing great though.
Chastity, will you drop your email address in the chat?
Yes, ma'am. I can do it.
So you gonna lift the mic? You gonna lift the mic up a little bit so it won't be on top of the words?
Bring it up.
Yeah, bring the mic up just a little teeny bit. Yes, it won't be on top of the words. Yeah. That is that looks beautiful, girl. That is a nice logo you got there, girlfriend. You in the business now.
What I'm hearing is with
Thank you.
everybody
I
has
like
their own idea, and I like the community or the collective of design suggestions of this logo. So it's going to be Chastity's final decision, but she's, we're sharing different things and the different ways it can look. I personally like the mic behind the words. Teresa doesn't, so that's showing that we have different ideologies. Chastity can play with it in her mind. I'm thinking the big brother can be stretched out more toward the edge of the border, closer to the border, to give more space in between. So big could go up and brother can go to the right. I think it looks good. Something's missing. I'm not sure what it is.
I feel like that too.
I
So
think if
normally
you-
my regular procedure is I get a, yeah, I love it from my client. And then once I hear that within 24 hours, I've been able to figure out what's missing. But it is a process. It definitely is a process.
I like it.
So
That's way further than I would have got. It would have taken me 6 weeks to sit out. I have anxiety attacks to sit at a computer, so I like it. It's fine for me. It probably could be missing something.
So
but
what I'll do is I'll download it. I'll
never
share
get
it to
this
you.
far.
So if you create a Canva account, then you can open it up in your own account and you can continue to edit it. But I'll share it to you as a Canva item, and then I'll also share it to you as a picture file.
So can I ask you a question? What if it had a border, a purple border? Would that change? Would that give it any more stuff to it? Like a purple border around it? But I love the way that it is. It looks beautiful to me. I don't know. Like we said, we all have different eyes about it, but like I would wear this. I would actually wear a shirt that looks like that. I would wear that. I'm particular about what I put on, but I would wear that. Especially with the mic, because the mic just says the mic just adds to it because it says it's talking about you're gonna be talking about something. So it's giving me, awareness that you're gonna be having a conversation.
Yes, ma'am.
I agree. I think the mic actually came out really nice. I like it a lot. Awesome sauce.
Were you going to show us the border?
Oh, wait a minute. Yes. Let's see here. Purple border.
It's like the same letters, the same color that's around, the same color purple that's on there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So what you did was, I've seen this before. You saved the color so this way you don't have to keep on going back and forth. Is that correct? What you did? You saved the colors and
What
put them
happens
right
is as you start adding items and elements to your document,
there?
it's
Mm-hmm.
going to give you document colors. So
Okay.
it's automatically going to pull the colors that are in your document.
Okay.
It just so happens these are my brand colors. So I already had them in my brand kit
Mm-hmm.
because my business is Cloud Queen and I'm purple and gold. So I picked this from an orange variant, but the purple was already there as part of my brand kit. So if I added another element to this design that had a red or a blue or a turquoise, then those colors will pop up here under document colors. It's going to pull all the colors that are currently in the document. But I did notate the color numbers for her, so that way as she gets into designing it herself, she can make sure that she's putting in the exact number of the colors that I selected. So if you hover your mouse over the color, it'll show you what the color number is. This purple is 662D91. You can go into any software that you can edit and design photos and graphics and enter that number to get that same exact color. Border
So
or
that's
no
how the
border,
border.
Chastity?
That's how the border looks. The border wouldn't be like completely where you couldn't see the orange, or that's not how you do a border. I'm just asking a question.
You said if you couldn't see the orange?
Yeah, when you do the border, like it's just like it's in caps and purple. I'm just asking. I don't know. Even that. Oh, that looks nice too. So you could do color shirts in different colors.
Yep.
That looks nice too, like that.
The border,
Orange and that one.
I would have
the border
to
being
make these
thicker,
white elements a different color. So maybe purple. I could probably make these purple.
No, she was saying make the border thicker is what she was saying. Like
yeah, so I'm piggybacking off of what you're suggested or asking, Teresa, and either having the border purple or having the border closer to the edge. And with that, my question is, if you push it closer to the edge, how does that affect the printing?
Well, you won't. The closer you have to have a space, you have to have a safe space. So the closer you push it to the edge, the higher the risk of you cutting the border off and it not being seen at all if you're printing.
oh, okay.
And so if you bring it in just a little, most printers will give you a safe space. So when you upload your images to them, they make it fit within a set of margins where they've cut off the outside as well. So then you would have to make it, if I bring it to the end, I would have to consistently make my image smaller in order to fit it into that safe space for the printer.
How do you like it, Chastity, with the border? You like what?
I like
We
it.
could make it thicker.
I wouldn't want it to the edge just for the
This is
printing
a
reasons, like I
4. If
mentioned.
we make it thicker, that's a 10.
But
And
that's
those,
nice. I mean that's nice. It's like either way with the orange or without it. It's a way to see it both ways because you could have both of them, right? Can you have
absolutely.
right? That's nice. Even with the white, with the all white was nice too. So you could
so
think
all I
about
would do
doing
is I
different.
would
You could think
change.
about doing different color shirts with that same brand, but just like the white and purple was beautiful too.
Yep.
And it was all night. That looks nice. Looks very, very nice.
It's shaping up nicely.
Chastity, you on your way? Chastity, you ready for business?
Yes, thank you so much. I like it.
Adam says the picture's looking nice. Cheryl says she loves it. I love it as well. I think we're onto something.
Awesome. Thank you, Chastity, for volunteering to work with me today. I appreciate it.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
I can't wait to see this and live in on a shirt somewhere. That looks really, really nice.
That does look really nice. It really does pop.
It does. It pops. With that mic too. That mic just says, yes, baby. I love it with the mic. The mic really speaks loud because it tells you that you're going to be talking about stuff. So I love that.
And we can play around with the placement of the letters since the length of this word is so much shorter than the other. I don't want to space out the IG so much that it looks unnatural since it's one word, but we could definitely play around with the space, and we can bring it over, like Kenyoku suggested, and maybe bring the B over a little, which will cause us to extend this some. It will give us a little more space in this area, but it definitely you can tweak just about anything that you need to tweak.
That's popping right there, Chastity. Popping, girl.
Thank you, Chastity. I appreciate you. So I think that's it for me today. I would like to thank you all again for getting up this morning and hanging out with me on my birthday. I love Canva and I love the design process. It's awesome. So I do want to offer a special offer to you guys today. We can brand from start to finish. So the first person who emails me will receive a 45-minute consultation to develop your brand. We'll start from the beginning with determining who you are and what you stand for and what your goals are for your personal brand or your business, and work through to a final first draft logo. My email address is Jeameeka, that's JEAMEEKA @cloudqueen.org.
And you also share your other contact?
Mm-hmm. I can be reached by email or phone. And so first person in the email inbox gets the consultation. You'll be contacted by email and we can schedule from there.
All right, so you all can take a screen share, screenshot, but it's also going to be dropped in the chat. And for this session, you got a couple of lessons. If you haven't noticed, you got obviously a Canva lesson. That's our secret. That is our wool secret. All the slides that you have ever seen have come from Canva. So if you were like, how do they do that? Now you know. Thank you, Jeameeka, for sharing that with us. That's a skill that you have all are able to take home with you. And we also could learn some things about trademarking and some things about branding, a lot of things about branding, and just putting our concept together to the point where it becomes visual. That is a paid service. You know that. Chastity was going to pay for a logo. Now she has a logo. A lot of you are in that same space. So with that said, this is an opportunity for you to give back to Wu and to Jeameeka for this piece of magic that she shared with you. So you will go to Zelle Quick Pay and put in soulleadershipdevelopment@gmail.com to give your love offering. You can also use Cash App, $ Spirit of a Woman, or the link that will be dropped in the chat. For these options, please use code 748JM, as that represents Jeameeka Means. And we have monthly love offerings. So if you would like to make sure that you get your love offering to whomever is presenting, regardless if you're in the space that day or not, you can set this up. You can choose from $25, $50, $75, or $100 a month. And there's a link for each of those numbers that is also dropped in the chat. So you would set it and forget it and know that it's all good. Jeameeka, you want this?
Yes. So the rest of this week, there's an awesome week planned for you guys coming up on tomorrow, Wednesday, December the 28th. You are going to be blessed with a session facilitated by Tanine Harmony. She's going to be presenting on budgeting your time, 3 secrets to create space for what you really want. And on Thursday, December the 29th, we have the beautiful Catherine Mbali Green Johnson. She is going to be exploring unpacking UFAMAA. It's cooperative economics. It's going to tie right in. Ujamaa. That looks like enough. I'm sorry. Cooperative economics. That is day 4 of Kwanzaa Ujuma, and she will be facilitating a wonderful, powerful packed presentation for you guys on Thursday morning.
Thank you. All right, so new members, I don't know if you're out there, you know you're out there, let us know. If you're in Zoom, say I'm new. If you're in Facebook, say I'm new. If you've been around in the past and then revisiting right now, you're basically new. Just claim it and we will gather around you and welcome you. And we want you to come back. So we have lots of juicy stuff coming up in the future. Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, you can find us here from 7 to 8:30, and Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 7:30. Here is Zoom, and also live on Facebook. If you want a reminder about when in the world we are on, because maybe you just like, I don't even know what day it is on the regular. So having a text message sent to my phone at around 6:30 in the morning is a great thing. You can do this yourself. Open up a blank text, type in 74121, and then put in the word Wool Nation in the comment section, press send. That's another set it, forget it technology that we have, and you'll be on the text messaging alert system. And we have swag. So, you know, look at all this, look at all this. You go to bit.ly/Wool Swag and you can take a closer look at each of these things. But we have candles with different words on them, the words that relate to wake up everybody, healing, transforming, and growing. And we have a cap, we got sweatshirt, we also have t-shirts, they have colors. You can get a mug, you can on a cup that you can hold water or tea. So you got a couple of choices in that. We have leggings, we have a bag, we have a journal, and there's other things that you have, if you've been in Wool for a while, you know that we've been sharing with you. They're not all on here because there's too many to be on here, but go to bit.ly/Wool Swag to see which one of these work for you, and go ahead and treat yourself and also treat others. And they make great gifts and great talking points. So in order for you to know who's going to be up in the weeks ahead, or at least the next week ahead, you want to register. You want to be on the email list. As bit.ly/Wake Up Movement is where you would go, and then you would see what's, you'll be part of that email community. We have Facebook pages, 2 of them. One is private, one is public. The private page is where we are streaming live to now. So if you want to catch any replays for this session or previous sessions, go there. And you would have to fill out a little form and be approved to get into the private page. The public page is public. Go there, click like. Is bit.ly Wool Nation, I'm sorry, bit.ly/Wool Nation. Wool Nation is uppercase. And we also have Instagram on Wake Up Everybody Virtual, and YouTube, bit.ly/Wool on YouTube, and our email, info.wakeupseries@gmail.com. And if you have any questions or comments, that's where you can put that. And if you're interested in learning more Canva, working Canva, behind the scenes, supporting Wool at the same time, you can drop an email, say, yeah, I'm interested, let me check that out. So I'm going to stop the screen share. I'm going to ask you all to join us in giving Jeameeka a love shower for this great session. Unmute yourself.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I came on
Thank
later.
you very
Thank
much.
you.
It
Thank you
was
for this great
beautiful.
Talented.
session
Thank you,
tonight.
Very,
Jeameeka.
very
Day
good.
with the
Guys,
That was
local
first
amazing.
session, I was super
Thank you
nervous,
so
but I'm
much
so
for
blessings
glad
to
you
everybody,
guys
and have a
made
you
it
blessed
gave
here.
day.
us this morning. Thank you.
Thank you so
It was
much.
good
We're
seeing
very
you, Sister
appreciated.
Louise. Miss you, Sister Louise. So glad to see you today. Beautiful gift.
Happy
Thank you so
birthday.
much.
Blessings to
Happy
Happy
you,
birthday,
birthday and
Jeameeka.
peace and
Jeameeka.
Thank you
blessings
so
to you.
very much.
Whatever you do on your
Yes,
birthday,
yes.
Jeameeka,
It's not
God
a
bless you.
wonderful,
Wonderful, wonderful.
have an amazing holiday.
For sharing your
Thank you
birthday
so
with us.
much. Peace and
So
Continue to
blessings. God
co-create
bless
as a
you.
nation.
Love y'all all.
We're
Have a
all we got.
wonderful day.
Thank you.
Take care and peace and blessings.